All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Steven Cedric talking to the band. I'm
Hey,
Steve. What's
hey,
up, Sadie?
hey, what's up? I'm Cedric Hazard. How y'all doing?
Man, brother, we got a monster show today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So if you're
Yeah,
listening right now, we need you to call, tag, text somebody, let them know that Steven Cedric talking to the band is on live right now. Call somebody, tag somebody, text somebody, and let them know that we're on. If you
yeah.
missed any of our previous episodes, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button and like the videos, and hit the alert button down below so you get a notification when we upload new content. Cedric, where else can they find us at,
You
bro?
can check us out at Steven Cedric on Steven Cedric talking to the band on Instagram and Twitter. Steven Cedric talking to the band #2. That's Instagram and Twitter, y'all. Check us out.
Right. Cedric,
Yo.
man, well, first of all, let's send our condolences out to Harlan Jefferson and Giles Jefferson,
Yeah, Harley. Yep.
who lost their father on today, man. We want you to know that you're in our thoughts and prayers, man.
Yeah,
and
praying for you, Jefferson clan there. Yeah, we're praying for you. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And may God's peace be on you. Cedric, man, I am excited about today's show. I was impressed with this young man when you first gave me his name. I wasn't quite sure who he was, man. And after doing some research, oh my God, Cedric.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy, man? He's born in Rockford, man. Right here in Rockford, man. You come from a music royalty here, man. You got the McMillans. I mean, you got Anthony Greer. I mean, Reverend Anthony Greer. I mean, you got
Yes.
the New Royal Travelers. I mean, it's so many musicians in this guy's family, man. It's ridiculous, man.
Well,
Yeah.
man, I was impressed. He plays with John Legend,
Yeah.
Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, and the soul sister herself, Jill Scott.
Yeah,
He got
man.
the guitars with him
Yep.
with us today. So, hey, wherever you at right now, stop whatever you're doing. You're going to want to hear what he's got to say. You want to get all these jewels. He's got a lot of them to drop.
Yes, he does. Yep.
So, Cedric, say what you got to always say.
Hey, man, no further ado. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's bring him on right now.
Yeah.
The one and only
Yo!
Hinton. Yeah. What up, baby?
What's up, man?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Real good, man.
Man, what is happening, man? This COVID-19. Tell us everything that's been going on with you, Shonn.
Man, taking it light as much as humanly possible. You know, we can't do shows no more. So me and my band Shotgun, we've been pre-recording shows. I'm about to actually drop some within the next couple of days of some of the performances we did. So that's all we've been doing, man. You know, the album, the me and my band Shotgun album dropped in November of last year. So this still what they say, the first quarter. We in the first quarter right now. So we pushing it, man. We pushing that weight, man. So the Reloaded album is available everywhere, on all digital platforms. It's even on our website, www.shonsshotgun.com. And that's all I've been on, man.
Wow.
Man,
fantastic,
that's
man. Wow.
Staying busy. I check you out on Facebook sometimes. You be live at the church, man, and doing your thing, man. And sounds great.
Thank you, man. I got to do it, man, because it's, I love to play. I love to play the guitar. So, and I do it in hopes that people will enjoy it as well and that they be blessed by it. So, and the response has been just overwhelmingly received. So I try to do it as much as I possibly can.
That's what's up. That's
great,
what's up.
Man.
That's what was cool. Shonn.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're really impressed with you. Had an opportunity to check you out, on YouTube and the various bands you played with and artists you played with. So impressed. I love the Isley Brothers little thing you did on YouTube, man. I just run it over and over again. But tell us a little bit about how you landed some of these gigs, with John Legend. How did you get started with that, man?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Here's the story behind me breaking through in the secular industry. I promise y'all, I wasn't even thinking about the secular industry. So it all starts with a guy by the name of Rexell Hardy. out of Chicago, Illinois. He was playing with this band from Milwaukee called Jersey Ave, which is the Lattimore Brothers. I went to this big festival Milwaukee has every year called Summerfest.
Yep.
I want to say this was 2002. So I met Rex, and then I also met another drummer by the name of Nissan Stewart, who's one of the biggest drummers in the industry. He's a pastor now, but he still kicks set. And I was chopping it up with them, man. And I was telling Rex, like, yo, I'm really trying to make a name for myself in Chicago. Because at the time, you know, I want to say I was maybe 22, 23. And Chicago, it seemed like if not every weekend, every other weekend, somebody was doing a live recording. And it was some of the coldest musicians out of Chicago that I would go see. So I was telling Rex, like, yo, man, if there's anything that you can put me on in Chicago, I would love to do it. Milwaukee to Chicago, that's a hop, skip, and a jump. I would totally take that drive just to go to Chicago to kind of make my bones. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
And he was like, okay, cool. He said, well, I might have this tour, and it's playing. It's I think it was Trinity 5-7, Tone A, and Men the Standard.
Oh, wow.
That was big for me. That was not only was it big for me, but I felt like that was more obtainable for me than anything else. So again, keep in mind, I'm not thinking secular music. I'm not thinking R&B.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, okay, cool. I can get this gig. I made it. That's how I was looking at it. So I sent Rex this videotape, a VHS of me playing for this local artist, gospel artist here by the name of Rodney Cunningham. And I was playing the guitar. And I sent it to him. And I guess he must have dug it because he called me. I'll never forget. It was, I want to say it was if not June, it was July. He was like, yo, I got a gig for you. And the only thing is, you would have to leave out on a Monday. He called me on a Saturday. I was a medical records clerk at a clinic. I called my boss on a Saturday, and I quit my job.
Wow.
Not even knowing who it was I was playing for. I just assumed it was me playing for Men Standard and Trinity 5-7 and Tone A. My first gig, this is the gig that put me on the map. Y'all probably didn't know about this one. My very first gig was being the guitarist for Dave Hollister.
Oh, wow.
That was my first.
That was your very first gig?
That was my very first R&B gig, secular gig with Dave Hollister. So I drove to Chicago to fly from O'Hare to LA. We rehearsed in Burbank. I'm Milwaukee is home for me. You know what I'm saying? I went to school. So Milwaukee gets such a bad rep, a bum rep. Like there's nothing good here.
Like Rockford,
so
yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Or nothing, but I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder.
That's good.
That turned into Dave Hollister management calling me Lil Jimi Hendrix. Cause I'm playing, I'm biting the string, I'm playing behind my neck. I mean, I knew the music, but it was just one of those situations where I was like, I got something to prove. I got to prove this point.
Yeah.
And that's how my name started circulating in the industry. I was playing with Dave Hollister on this tour. They called it the Hennessy Privilege Tour. It was Dave Hollister, Black Coffee, Glenn Lewis, and Kelly Price.
Nice.
The whole entire tour, right? Everybody's manager was asking me, what are you doing after this tour? I said, I'm going back home to go look for a job. Because I ain't, I didn't know. So I get home, man, after the tour's over. The first phone call I got was from Glenn Lewis. So Glenn asked me to play for him. I did a couple of gigs with him, all in Canada, because that's where he's from. I finished doing like maybe 3 or 4 shows with Glenn, came back home. Kelly Price called. Her husband, Jeffrey Rose. It was like, yo, so we getting ready to do 106 in Park. And I think this was around the time 106 in Park had just did a show, that their very first live performance with a band. because you know 106 in Park, they're gonna always have rappers.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
DJ, but I think I could be wrong, but this was the first live performance show that 106 in Park had with a live band. I was the guitar player for that. For
Wow.
Kelly. I mean,
wow, man. Wow.
Yeah, for Kelly Price. And it just, again, my name just kept circulating in the industry. A fellow Rockford native, Aaron and Michelle Williams.
Yeah, we know them quite well. Yeah, we know them quite well. Yeah.
Aaron Williams asked me if I was interested in playing at a church in Chicago. I was playing at St. James.
Yeah.
So from playing with Aaron Williams at St. James, it turned into me doing stuff with his sister. So I was playing music. I played acoustic guitar on, I want to say, her last gospel album that she did.
Oh, wow.
Her brother had produced one of the songs, and I played acoustic guitar and electric guitar. Again, my name's still circulating in the industry. So at this time, I went from doing that to playing with 112. I played with 112 on the Jay Leno show. From 112, I went on a gospel tour. So I ended up doing a gospel tour. It was called the New Life Tour. This was with Byron Cage, this gospel group named Ramaya, Natalie Wilson and SOP.
Oh, wow.
Who else was on that? Percy Beatty.
Holy moly, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is 2004. I'm on this gospel.
This is all in a year, a couple years time span?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I do that gig. Now, this is where the first big gig for me came from. Rex called me while I was on that gospel tour. He was like, yo, you about to get a phone call from this tour manager for Mary J. Blige. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, she ain't never really had a guitar player that she could vibe with, I guess. So I got the phone call. The phone call goes exactly like this, verbatim. Hey, looking for Shonn Hinton. This is Michael Huggy Carter. Just seeing if you'd be interested in coming to audition for the Mary J. Blige gig. I said, yeah, cool. He's like, nah, we don't have backline. You're going to have to bring your own stuff. I took my last check from that gospel tour. I got off the plane in New York City, went right to this music store and bought a guitar amp. Right to FIR. Marion was waiting. I got there at the time. So it was Rex on drums, me on guitar, my boy Zach Scott on bass. He was the musical director. Cornell Thigpen, rest in peace to Cornell. He played keys. And the other keyboard player, his name was Arion Tucker, who's from Chicago. Got to New York. They called off, I guess maybe it had to be like maybe 5 songs. And when I say I put my foot in every song, I mean that. And I'm not being boastful. I just, again, I always play like I got something to prove because
That's good. That's good.
And, you know, when people now talk about the city of Milwaukee, they're talking about Speech from Arrested Development, Eric Benet, DeMonte Posey, which is one of the greatest music producers to me. Like he's the quintessential musician. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my name comes up in that same.
There it is.
Wow.
Because
I'm from Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
big.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, that's big.
I'm always playing with a chip on my shoulder. You know, you gotta stay hungry, as they say. So I got the Mary gig. From doing the Mary gig, I left and went to go play with Angie Stone after my very first tour with Mary. I did the Silk and Sandpaper tour, which was Angie Stone and Anthony Hamilton. I was Angie Stone's guitarist. From Angie, I played, who did I do? I did Patti LaBelle for a minute. I played for Patti LaBelle the day that Luther Vandross died.
Oh, wow.
So that was a difficult day for her, but it was definitely a difficult day for me because, you know, Patty will cuss you out if you ain't sweet.
Yeah.
I don't want to get cussed out. I want to do what I'm supposed to do. So I did that, man. Again, my name is circulating through the industry at this time. So I did the Mary thing. From playing with Mary J. Blige, we did a tour in 2008 called the Heart of the City tour. That was with Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z.
Mm.
I filled in for my friend. His name is Shonn Carrington from North Carolina, another dope guitar player. I played for Jay-Z live. I mean, in front of what had to be thousands of people.
That had to be crazy, man.
Oh,
Wow.
it was amazing. It was amazing, man. So doing that, I played for Mary and Jay. After that tour, I came home. I just wanted to kind of take a break from touring. And the minute I was ready to go back out, I got a phone call from my friend Natural, who at the time was the guitar player for Usher. He was like, "Yo, hey man, Lil Wayne is looking for a guitar player. Are you interested in doing that?" I was like, "Absolutely." So I toured with Wayne. We did the I Am Music tour. I did that for maybe not even maybe a year, because we ended our last show with Wayne was the Grammys, and this was around the time Carter 3 was out, and he had won the Grammy for Carter 3. We finished that tour. I'm back home. At this time, I'm playing at a local church at the house, making some decent money. It ain't like what I'm making on the road, but it was good enough where I could sustain and take care of my family. Then I get a phone call out the blue from the drummer for the Roots. His name is Questlove. He was like,
"Oh man,
Wow.
Hey man, are you interested in playing with John Legend?" Absolutely. I took that game immediately and definitely, man. John is so hands-on. I heard from him. So I talked to his musical director. They told me the songs that they wanted me to do. I recorded myself playing them, sent it right to him. John Legend called me personally. He was like, "Hey, I like the way you play, not really feeling your tone." And I was like, "Well, don't worry about the tone. I was recording through recording software, so it's gonna sound different playing out of an amp."
Yeah.
My first show with John was Good Morning America in Central Park.
Yow. Yow.
Wow.
So now playing with John Legend, his band is predominantly from Philadelphia. Well, after the John Legend tour I did, I get a phone call from music extraordinaire Adam Blackstone.
Oh, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, Blackstone. Oh
Blackstone calls me, Shawnee B.
Oh my God.
Good, man. Like, "Yo, you want to play for Jill Scott? She need a guitar player. I need you to get out here to Philly." Got out there to Philly. Jill heard me, and it was love at first sight. She really dug my playing, man, and she's just a good and solid individual. So we would chop it up about stuff outside of music, talk about life in general. You know, it was just one of those beautiful situations where it was just dope, man.
Yeah, wow.
Man, Shonn, tell us a little bit about, because I mean, man, I know you learned a lot on the road, but what goes into your regimen of just getting your chops so tight that you in such high demand? I mean, people want you. What goes into that?
You said, "Man, I wish I was in high demand." Man, listen, I'll tell you this, my regiment, I try to make sure, I mean, because I'm a producer as well, so my guitar is included in every production, every piece of music that you'll ever hear from me. It is definitely, if it's not guitar driven, there's some type of guitar element there. So I'm always, trying to be as original as I possibly can, and just practice every day. Even if it's not just me sitting by myself, no computer on, just guitar. My computer is always on. So I'm always, trying to record and come up with different concepts and ideas. So I try to do that at least once a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, man. And then it helps, I play at a church here in Milwaukee, and Saturdays is when I rehearse. And then I feel like sometimes too, man, like even though I know the material, even when I'm playing live, it's almost like a form of practice.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Yeah.
I try to be as original as possible. I remember Jill told me it was the first time she had heard me play the song "Is It the Way," and the song started when I was playing,
which is a beautiful song too.
It is. It started with me playing a guitar solo. So out the gate, I'm bussing. And the first time I did that in Philly, Jill jumped out of her chair and ran up to me. She was like, "I want that." every time. And don't play the same thing every night. I want to hear something different every time, but I want that energy. And that's where it is. I try to make sure when I'm playing at church, I have ideas in my head. I could have just rehearsed the song because we'll do a run through. But when service starts and then cameras is rolling, inspiration just comes. It's like turning on a water faucet. And I
Man,
still try to stay within the confines of the music and not over embellish.
yeah,
But I'm gonna play something just so you know. Okay, Shonn playing the guitar. We go.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
let
I
them know
hear
you're
you.
there, right? Let them know
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
there.
exactly. You might not be able to see me, but you know I'm here.
Wow, wow.
Wow, man. Amazing, amazing.
You know, you mentioned is there a small community of guitar players that the artists, because you play with the top artists, man. I mean, is it like a small community of guitar players that actually rotate, or is it, just who they pick?
It's who they pick because there are new guitar players that I have never heard of until I got a chance to meet them. But at the time, man, when I was coming up in the industry, it was a group of guitar players that they used. Eric Walls, one of the
Oh man, my God.
uh,
Yeah,
Jairus Mose, one of
yeah,
my favorite guitar players. Charlie Burrell. Charlie Burrell, single-handedly, man. Listen, when I met Rex and Nissan at Summerfest here in Milwaukee in 2002, Nissan was playing for Tweet. The
yeah.
guitarist for Tweet was Charlie Burrell.
Wow.
Charlie Burrell was the reason why I play quartet style guitar in everything that I do. Because I heard Charlie and I was like, you could play quartet, play R&B? You can take that kind of soul? I was like, oh, absolutely. So Charlie Burrell is one of those living legends, those pioneers. John Jubu Smith.
No,
Oh,
you hit me. You hit me. Hey, wow.
I promise. I called Jubu on his birthday. He don't never pick up his phone, but when I see him, it be all love, man. That's
That
like
is the man there, boy.
my big bro, and he called me. He calls me his little brother. I like to think I'm special in that way.
My God. Yeah, wow, man.
And then let me see. So you got Jubu, you got Jairus Mose, you got Charlie Burrell. Who else is Jairus Mose? Who else did I? Those were the ones that I knew about. It was those dudes that I looked up and watched. And every time I turned on the television and I watched the Jay Leno show, it was between those cats that was playing.
Yeah. Wow.
You was either gonna see Jubu play,
Yes,
you
sir.
Eric Walls, Charlie Burrell, Jairus Mose, and I'm trying to think if it's another one. I might be missing. Oh, I'm sorry. Chris Payton.
God.
Them all
Wow.
California cats. Them all LA, Oakland.
And they all bad too. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
super bad. So making a name for myself, I always tried to make sure that I linked up with them. Like I introduced myself and now, the level of admiration that we all have for each other is just bananas, man. Like I can go to California and chop it up with like Chris Payton. That's one of my homies, man. Like when Shotgun, we went to this thing called the Guitar Summit like a few years ago, and Chris played with us, played with Shotgun, so he's like an honorary Shotgun member.
That is cool, man.
But those are the dudes, man. Though that's for me. That was who the artists were using. They were using cats like. They were using those cats for that particular sound. Now, man, you have so many great guitar players. This is a guy by the name of Jeremiah Sutton out of Chicago, who's cold. It's another guy who lives in LA who's from Chicago. They call him Freaky Rob. Plays for Kendrick Lamar. So cold. Like super cold on guitar.
Wow.
And they taking it. They taking the industry by storm, and they doing some crazy stuff. Lawrence Jones. I'm pretty sure y'all know who Lawrence Jones is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Here's the truth. Like me and Lawrence were in a band together in Chicago called Shock and Truth. I came at the last leg of Shocking Truth being Shocking Truth, but there's a bunch of young musicians out of Chicago. And my boy Marcus Kinsey, who's the keyboard player for Mary, he was like, yo, man, I think this would be such a big move if you join Shocking Truth. And this was before Shotgun even came into existence. I was like, man, you ain't said nothing slick to a can of oil. Let's go. Got to Chicago, man. It was all love. It was super love, man. So
Now you got to tell me, talk to us about the king of the pyramids there, Spanky. Spanky is your relative there.
Spanky is my godfather.
Oh my God, man.
So I got to tell the story of how Spanky became my godfather. So I was playing with Angie Stone, and our bass player at the time, his name is Greg Collier. And I was like, he knows Spanky. He's worked with Spanky before. DeMonte Posey has worked with Spanky on the Eric Benet stuff. And I was like, man, I really, really, really want to meet Spanky so bad. I need to meet Spanky. I told DeMonte and I told my boy Greg. And we were leaving Milwaukee on our way to New York because we was doing Carson Daly. He had a show that he did late night. And we landed in New York. I turned my phone on and I got a voicemail. And I checked the voicemail. He's like, Shonn, this is Spanky. I dropped my phone. That man, and you know, you're not supposed to idolize nobody.
Oh man. Oh.
Listen, that man is God to me.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, he is.
Like just the way that man played, like I listened to all of that stuff that he from the Clouds, to the stuff he did on Eric Benet album, to the D'Angelo stuff. Like that's God to me.
Yeah, he is, man. That's the top of my pyramid, right?
Absolutely.
There. Yeah.
So I called him back. I was like, Spanky? He was like, hey, Shonn, how you doing? This man talking to me like he known me all his life. I'm completely floored. I was like, man, I said, you have no idea how much of an inspiration you are to me. He said, well, that's good, man. I'm glad you keep playing. Don't give up. He said, y'all supposed to be coming to Birmingham. He said, when y'all come to Birmingham, call me. We got to Birmingham on that tour. Spanky brought his guitar and played an Angie Stone show with me.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow.
I acted a plum fool. I was shouting on stage. Literally shouting on stage because when they gave him his solo, I put my guitar down.
Oh my God.
And when the night was over, he kicked it with me on the bus. I'm talking about the time that we spent together, the advice that he had given me. And I asked him, I said, Spank, would you be my godfather? He said, already done.
Wow, man.
Already done. That man, he came to Milwaukee. He came here with the Clouds. And when he came, he called me. I picked him up. My first wife at the time had cooked him dinner. We had cooked him a plate. I went to the shoe store and bought him some Air Force Ones. Like, this is how much admiration I have.
Wow.
He was my godfather.
Yeah,
and
man.
I kicked it with my godfather the whole day, even up until him playing at my uncle's Greta New Birth at the church. That's where the Clouds had played. I got to be like maybe 25, 26, man, but I felt like I was 12 or 13.
Yeah, man. Wow.
With my dad, man. Like that man, that man, he's a superstar, but he never acted like it.
That's cool.
Never acted like it.
Yeah,
man. So,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That's my Spanky story.
Man, I tell you what, man, that's crazy, man. Let me switch gears. I want to go to your band, the Shotgun. Yeah, man. You know, and the style of music. I want you to kind of explain the style of music. You know, I listened to it, and it's kind of a bluesy fused with rock. You explain your music and the audience that you
are describing it perfectly. It's a bit of blues. I think the overtone definitely is rock for me because of my influences. It's blues because, again, my influences. But I say rock and blues because that's predominantly what I listen to when I listen to the radio. Like if you get in the car with me, my preset dials, you're gonna see a classic rock. You're
Yeah,
gonna
me
see a
too.
classic
Yep.
rock playlist.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yep.
listening to classic rock. I'm listening to the Eagles.
Yep.
I'm
Me too.
listening
Yeah.
to ELO Orchestra. I'm
Yeah.
listening to the Bee Gees. I'm listening to
Yes,
all
sir.
Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the artists. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Like
Yeah.
those are my influence. But then with blues, what captivated me with blues is Freddie King.
Yeah. Yeah.
Albert King, B.B. King, Buddy Guy.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Like
That's
those
it.
guys, you know,
Wow.
Robert Cray. Like those are the cats that I love listening to.
Yeah.
So that's it, and you can throw R&B in there because I ain't the greatest singer in the world, but I'm an honest singer.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I'm
That's
feeling
it.
myself a little bit, I throw a little roll out there just from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a mixture of all of that, and it's high energy. My demographic, I'm so glad that I had the privilege of sitting under some of the greatest tour managers and production managers and road managers to learn and know what and who my demographic is.
Yeah.
And my demographic is 35 and up.
Yeah.
Like
And
go ahead.
how has it been received from your audience, your music?
They love it. Like it's one thing to hear the album, but it's another thing to see me and the boys live. And it's still taking some time for my people, if you dig what I'm saying.
See, that's where I'm going. Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. Yeah.
It's taking a minute for my people to catch on, but I get it. I understand, man. You know, when you have great artists like Frankie Beverly and Maze and Earth, Wind and Fire, like Shonn Hinton and Shotgun ain't gonna be on your top 10. You know what I'm saying? Because it's classic rock and it's blues. But I always, whenever I find myself getting discouraged, I always think back to every documentary I've ever watched on Prince. And Prince, it took people a minute to catch on.
Yeah.
And I learned, like, when people are watching you on stage, it ain't that they ain't getting with you, they studying you. They trying to learn who you are.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it.
I watched the documentary about Rick James, and Rick James was talking about, they were telling the story, his bandmates was telling the story about Prince had just got kicked off of a Rolling Stones tour.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Okay, so he got on the Rick James tour and was ripping and tearing it up.
Tearing Rick James up too. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I get it. I say that it's taking my folks to catch on.
Yeah.
But they'll catch on. You know what they say, better late than never. But when I think about my other brothers and sisters of a different color, like it's nothing for them to catch on, because they, as Herbie Hancock, one of his songs said, they hang up their hang-ups and just have a good time.
Man, I gotta be so proud of you just doing your own thing and not falling into, the norm, because you played with so many, in the mainstream.
I would go there. Exactly. You would You know, and let me just be transparent and honest. I got a song I did in 2016. I did an EP. And so I did kind of confine just a little bit. I did the song I'm Gucci. And I promise that song, I'm gonna tell you how that song came to be. My bass player for Shotgun, every time I say, you're like, yo, Ace, we about to go do this, we about to go do this. He's like, oh, cool, I'm Gucci, let's do it. I said, I'm gonna write a song and that's gonna be the hook. And I wrote the song I'm Gucci, and the Peppers embraced that song.
Wow.
But it really wasn't my true and authentic self. It was something that I did because I enjoyed it. Man, my true authentic self is when Shotgun is performing and I'm squalling, because here's the other thing. I don't know if y'all know this. If you can hear it, the influence. Quartet, man.
Quartet.
I heard it right off the bat, man.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
a Quartet head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Quartet head. All of my
Yes,
influences
Me
come
too.
from Quartet.
Yep. From the beginning. Who is your favorite quartet group right now?
Uh-oh.
Man, listen. I ain't heard Quartet in a minute, so I'm kind of, you know what? I take that back. Tim Rogers and the Fellas.
Yeah, baby.
Ah,
Yeah, baby.
there you go.
That's one.
There you go. There you
Number
go.
two
Yeah.
is the Williams Singers
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Them my two favorite. Now, before them, you know, who was everybody's favorite quartet group?
Well, mine was the Clouds, the Gospel Keynotes. I mean,
yeah,
I was down with them. Yeah.
Man, the Kens was my favorite.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
That's by
what's up,
far.
Cedric?
By far. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen,
By
them
far.
had-
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
swag, man.
Yeah, they did.
They had-
Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah.
True story, man. I was in a quartet group in Milwaukee called the name of the group was called Reggie and Company. And
I remember them. I seen them too. Yeah, I seen you
I was
guys.
the drummer.
Oh wow.
When I was
Yeah.
I'm in my 20s, I'm a drummer, and I had this beautiful white pearl drum set. And the Cantons was in Milwaukee, and we were on a gig with them, and they needed, you know, the promoter needed gear, so we brought our stuff. I was like, dude, they can use my drum set. Michael Richardson is my favorite quartet drummer, because he's a quartet drummer.
Yeah. Real. Yeah. Yeah.
New drummers, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
he was quartet.
Banging. Yeah. Yeah.
He wasn't doing a lot of stuff. He was just sticking.
Yep.
Just locked in.
Yep.
Locked.
Yep.
Man, when I say Mike showed me so much love that Sunday, man, because I let him use my set. I wasn't funny acting. I was like, dude, use my snare, use my foot pedal, use my cymbals, whatever you need. Do not worry. I got you. You good. I gave that cat my stick bag. Like, that's what
Wow.
it was. But yeah, the Cantons is definitely my favorite.
Oh yeah, man. How can I not forget? I forgot about that.
I was ready to say, Cedric, that's your group, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Before I started playing secular music, my first major gospel gig, I played the guitar like fresh out of high school for the Williams Brothers.
Really?
Wow,
man. I seen that on your bio that you did some stuff with the Williams Brothers, man.
Yep, I played with the Williams Brothers, man. This was funny. This is how I know the difference between when you get booked to do something gospel to play for an artist or playing for a secular artist. When I played with the Williams Brothers, I had to buy my own bus ticket. I bought my bus ticket. I took the Greyhound from Milwaukee to Macomb, Mississippi.
Wow.
When I got to Macomb, Mississippi, they picked me up. Melvin and Doug and them picked me up in their tour bus. They took me out to Shoney's. I went to Shoney's, checked in the hotel, and then went to the rehearsal spot to learn the Williams Brothers stuff.
Wow.
Melvin talking about that to this day. Melvin had tagged me in a picture about a couple years ago. I'm like 18 years old, dude, playing with the Williams.
That's crazy, man.
Hey man, real quick, Shonn. Somebody's watching, one of the viewers, they have a question. I want to know, do you listen to Eric Gates?
Eric Gates. Man, do they mean Eric Gales or Gates? I don't know.
Eric, yeah, must be Garrett Gales.
Well, they said Gates. I don't. Maybe
Gates,
must be.
I gotta look them up. I probably do, and I'm just drawing a blank right now.
Okay. They must have the name wrong. Maybe.
Wow.
They said Gates.
They said Gates. Well,
Gates.
that's one of the listeners wanted to know.
Okay, Eric Gates. I probably do. I just got to look them up just to be sure. I don't want to.
It is Gales. I'm sorry, she
That's
wrote
right,
it wrong.
yeah.
It is
Eric
Gales.
Gales.
Eric.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
what we just talked about. Yeah.
We talking money, not Eric.
Yeah, we just talked about him. Yeah.
Eric is a problem. I watch him on YouTube a lot, man. The way that man plays the guitar, you can hear the conviction.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude is a monster, and everybody knows him. my boy Jonathan Richmond from Memphis, Tennessee, who's the musical director for Eric Benet, he and I played with Angie together because he was an MD for Angie. He talked about Eric Gale so much.
Wow.
Man, Raphael Sadiq loves him.
Yeah.
He played like
Now, he played with the Roots too, didn't he? Yeah, he's played with the Roots also.
Eric Gales is a problem, man. That's
Yeah.
I always miss that dude. Like 2017, me and my band Shotgun, we went to Memphis, Tennessee for the International Blues Challenge. We was representing the state of Wisconsin. And the day that we left, Eric had a show in Memphis and we missed him. I wanted to see him.
Oh, wow.
I went to the Guitar Summit that my boy Kevin Wilson does every year. And me and my band Shotgun played this one particular year. The next year, Eric Gales was there and I missed him. So if the dude, whoever know Eric Gales, somebody put out an APB. I'm looking for Eric. All points bulleted. Somebody tell him, Shonn Hinton, I ain't nobody important or special, but I definitely want to meet that cat. I love to sit and learn from him, man. Seriously.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Shonn, I want to talk about your family influence. Now, your mom played the keys.
My mom played the piano. That was my first musical director.
Wow, man.
My mom, my dad, who's a Rockford native.
Everybody know Ray Hinton. Yeah.
Shonn Hinton.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's my dad. He played the guitar. His guitar. The McMillans. Calvin McMillan. That's my big cousin. That's my and one of my favorite guitar players.
Maine. Shout out to Maine.
Yeah. We used to. Hey, I was at church. I remember being a kid at church because we went to Rockford. And Maine was in church playing I Want to Be Your Man by Zapp and Roger. And I said, I want to play the guitar. That was one of those defining moments. And then Maine and my dad were in a group together, the Royal Travelers.
Yep.
So all of the members of the group, and before the Royal Travelers, I want to say my mom and dad, they had a group, they were called the World Service Singers, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but my mom and dad were in a quartet group too.
Oh, wow.
And Tony played drums, and my mom and dad will talk about it to this day. I used to be on stage with them with an Afro pick, playing it like I was playing a guitar.
Wow, man, that's crazy, man.
So yeah,
wow.
that's my family, man. Like the Royal Travelers, even the new Royal Travelers, those Trail, that's my cousin. That's
yeah. Shout out to Trail. Yeah.
They're my peoples, man.
Bo, yeah.
Bo, man, listen, Bo was the first bass player that I ever heard play chords on a bass.
That's Assassin. I call him the Assassin. Yeah.
He ain't lying at all. The Assassin. It seemed like every time, and I remember Bo, his hair, he used to look like Don King at the head when I was a shorty. Hey, I remember this one year, he looked like Don King at the head, and he had a sore tooth. So we had my mama took Bo. They came to Milwaukee. My mama took Bo to Walgreens to buy the BC. That BC powder, they had to give him that powder, that smushed up aspirin to help him get through the day.
Boy.
I know Bo kill me.
Bo gonna get us for this. Yeah. Yeah, who are, we talked about, Spanky, but who do you idolize? Who do you idolize on guitar?
Man, well, let's go back to what you were asking me about my influences with the album, man. Who, classic rock, man, like Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that's when I started learning about things outside of church, outside of quartet.
That's good.
Because I'm such an aggressive player. I love overdrive. I love distortion. So I'm listening to cats like that. I'm listening to Phil Collin of Def Leppard. Like,
yeah.
Who else? Yngwie Malmsteen. And I may be saying his name wrong, but those are like some of the greats. You know what I mean? Like, classic and hard rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chuck Berry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the
showmanship behind what they did.
That's it.
Right.
Wow.
Eddie Van Halen. You know what I'm saying? God
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Eddie Van Halen, man, that finger tapping on the fretboard, that's like one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah,
If I'm
man.
running out of stuff to play, I'm going right there. That ain't gonna never fail.
Yeah, he brought that style in. He brought
Yeah.
that style in and will never be forgotten, man. Wow.
Never, ever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. Let me ask you a question, Shonn, man. For young artists trying to do the same thing you're doing, breaking into the industry, what advice do you have for
Man, study the material. If you know that there's an artist that you want to play for, study that artist's material, because you never know when your chance is gonna come. If history proves right, it's not a matter of if in anything in this life. It's a matter of when.
Mm.
That's good.
If you stay ready, you'll
Wow.
study to show thyself approved.
That's it, man.
That transcends in so many areas. Study to show yourself approved. Don't be arrogant and cocky. I'll never forget the time when I had moved to LA around 2010, 2011. And I had the privilege of going to a Lionel Richie rehearsal.
Wow.
And I was chopping it up with the bass player at the time. And Lionel Richie just happened to be there. Such a cool dude and down to earth. And one of the greatest lessons I ever learned was that day. And he said, you know what? This business is, what did he say? 99% personality and 1% talent. And he broke it down. He said, you could be the coldest guitar player, coldest drummer, coldest bass player, coldest keyboard player, coldest singer. But if your attitude is wrong, you're damaged goods.
Mm.
And you don't know how many people we had on the show say the same thing. Wow.
I would rather deal with a person that has little to no talent, because that have a little bit of talent on them. And be humble, an easy hang after the show is over. That's the person that I can shape and mold into being a great musician.
Wow, man, that's great. Let me ask you this question. This show is called Talking to the Band. How do you feel about the future of bands? You know, it seems like everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody has a studio. You know, you got your producers. Everybody. How do you feel about a band? Assembling. How do you feel about the future of bands?
Man, I feel like even with knowing that you see a lot of producers out here, I still see live bands. I still see young and up and coming bands. Like, they used to do this thing. I don't know if they still do it, but they call it the Stranger Range, and that's when you get to really meet different bands and stuff like that. I honestly think that we are this next generation. They got it under control. They taking it to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Absolutely. Wow. But as long as the relationship is there, the camaraderie is there, they're enjoying what they're doing, and they're doing it. I think I believe we are in good hands. I do. And I say that with such conviction, because they're doing stuff that I would never dream of doing, because I am at a place in I'm at a place in my life musically where I'm satisfied with where I am.
Mm.
You know, I wouldn't consider myself stuck. I just consider myself comfortable in my own skin. Yeah. I know who my demographic is. And I feel like that transcends in all areas of life. I know who and what my demographic is. I'm not playing to impress nobody no more. I used to do that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Play to impress. I play to relate. I want you to be able to relate.
That's
it. I give you an example. Me and the boys in the summer, we did this thing called the Belgium Blues Bash. And we went up right before the headliner. And our manager, who was over the thing, she gave us all the time that we wanted. We didn't take a whole lot of time. One of the songs that we did, man, which is off the new album called We Will Survive. And when we finished our set, this lady walks up to me and grabs me by my hand and says, "Shonn, That is such a beautiful song. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I
Whoa,
wish
whoa.
this song would have
Yeah.
been out around the time I was going through what I was going through. For me, that's the money shot right there.
That's it. That's it.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to impress nobody.
That's
I
it.
want to be able to. I want to be able to relate.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I can relate, if I can share your pain
Yeah.
for 3 minutes and 50 seconds, or however long the song is, I've done what I was supposed to do.
Man, that's
Man.
beautiful. That's
I'm,
beautiful.
I'm absolutely, I'm complete. I feel content where I am musically in my life. I'm not trying to, you know, they say you can teach an old, well, you can't teach an old dog music. Sometimes you can, but for me, I don't want to learn nothing else musically because I know where I'm at. I know who my demographic is.
Yeah.
If I start playing this new stuff to my demographic, it'll go over their head and they don't understand it. I'm not trying to push my demographic away.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't call it a fan base. I call it a family.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it, bro. Yeah.
But I do feel like for their demographic, for this new generation, because it's almost nerve-wracking because, you know, the new generation, they don't listen to full songs. They listen to TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So this is
Quick.
what young musicians have up against them. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll learn a whole song and put a strange arrangement that's titillating to the ear.
Yeah.
But it's you know, this new the receivers, they ain't receiving it because they ain't on that.
Yeah.
But they're not, but the band, the musicians, they're not giving up. That's why you got musicians like, you know, Tim Rogers and the Fellas, their rhythm section.
Yeah.
They take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
The Williams singers and their rhythm section, they're taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
The Red Hat, they're taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It's still alive and well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, that's great to hear, man. I love it, man. That is beautiful, bro.
Love
that
it.
is beautiful, man.
You know, one of the things that really just touched me, man, and I call a lot of people every day, you know, of the week, you know, just booking people for the show. When I called you, you said, man, I was born in Rockford, you know, Rockford Memorial Hospital.
Yes, sir.
My mother worked for Beef and Root.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I ain't heard nothing like that. You know, I call people all day. Man, you know, it's just the humbleness of you, man. It just spoke to just how humble you are to have such rich experiences and maintain being humble. Where do you find balance, man? How do you find that balance?
Man, having people like my wife to keep me grounded. Not that I need my wife to keep me grounded, but if it's ever a situation where it's like I feel like I'm feeling myself, my wife is gonna be like, part of my friends, nigga, calm down. and not that she don't really need to do that, like unless we just around the house. I'm like, girl, you know who I am, you know, that kind of when I ain't serious. But man, I just be trying to stay out of the way, man. That'd be my thing. Like, if I'm out of the way, I don't have nothing to prove to you. I'm not trying to prove no point. My ego is not engaged. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the two big things. So if I'm out the way, I don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Normally, and I can't speak for everybody, I can only think about me. It'd be so easy when I'm around people to start acting a fool. I don't want to act no fool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just try to keep it cool and be easy. So it's not difficult to stay centered when you know it's somebody out there bigger and badder than you. That's
real talk. That's
my
real talk.
used to tell me that.
Yeah.
It's somebody, if you ever feel like you know everything, that's the day you'll no longer need to know on this earth. It's always something that you can learn.
Real talk.
There's always something that you can learn that means there's somebody out there that's bigger and badder.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So keep a cool booty and chill.
Yeah, that's right. That's so right, man.
Right.
Yeah, wow.
Shonn, another thing want to just talk to you about, you know, what type of guitars are you playing, man, and what type of effects?
Yeah. I have the good friends over at Schecter Guitars, man. They've been showing me so much love.
Wow, man.
I'm playing. I have this signature Telecaster with the Floyd Rose bridge.
Mm.
I'm playing that, and it's the telly switching, but the pickup is humbucker at the neck and a humbucker at the bridge.
Okay.
And then line 6, I've been playing line 6 since I've been playing with Mary, man. Like
Really?
that's all I've been playing. Like I bought my first amp was the line 6 Spider.
Wow, man.
And that's what I was using, one of the cheapest line 6 amps ever made on tour, because it had a 412 cab.
Is that right?
Me, because I knew, the whole thing. I remember hearing Eddie Van Halen say this, and I ain't trying to jump. I'm gonna get back to that. I watched an interview that Eddie Van Halen did, and he said, you can spend all of this money on equipment and guitars and amplifiers. He said, but the tone is right here. The tone
I'm glad you said that.
Always be in your
I am
hand.
glad you said that. Yeah, I'm so glad you
That's
said
what
that.
it is. So with that being said, I could make the cheapest pedal sound good because the tone is all in my hand.
There it is. There it is.
I play line 6, and I've been playing line 6 for a minute. Line 6, 2016, line 6 had sent me their Helix. So I got that's what I use now. And the Helix is so good, man. Especially, touring with Mary, we do a lot of programming and things like that. So, and we have long set list of songs, you know what I'm saying? So we do it, we do what we call Act 1, and which would be the first 5 songs, Act 2, the second 5, and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I program the presets in my pedal as we call them, and they call them snapshots. So I'm able to, I hit one button and it takes me to Real Love. I hit another button and then it takes me to let me see, what's up? Be Happy. The other button is My Life. So when I hit that button, it's gonna give me the delay and the tempo of the song and whatever it is that I'm using. And so I use the Helix, and then line 6 just recently, not too long ago, sent me their guitar. So my guitars that I'm using right now, my favorite 2 is my Telly from Schecter and my James Tyler line 6 Variax guitar.
Wow. I thought you were going to say Paul Reed Smith for some reason.
I love Paul Reed Smith. I could never, I got the opportunity and a chance to meet this guy. He's a A&R for Paul Reed Smith. His name is Win. And I spoke with Win. We talked on a couple of occasions, but we just were never able to really get things, cracking. We never could. It's an amazing, Paul Reed Smith makes some amazing guitars.
Oh my God, yeah, they do.
It was a few I wanted, man. So who knows? One of these days I may go ahead and get me one. But right now, this James Tyler line 6 Variax and my Schecter Telly, those are my 2 go-tos, man. For
That's
real.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
Wow. That's good stuff, man.
I'll always be here, man.
That's the key. That's the ticket. That's the ticket right there. Yeah.
And then we got somebody on that wants to know, that's from Rockford. They want to know, what middle school did you go to?
So I didn't go to the school. I wish I had the opportunity to attend schools in Rockford, but I didn't. I went to all my schools I attended in Milwaukee. So I was born in Rockford. But when my mom relocated to Milwaukee, that's where I did all of my schools at. So in Milwaukee elementary school, I went to 20th Street School, which then they had changed to Phyllis Wheatley, but it's no longer open. My middle school that I went to was called Shoals Middle School, which is now Ronald Reagan High School, which is one of the top high schools here in Milwaukee. And it was Shoals Middle School where my band director, my music teacher, noticed that I had a knack for playing. I was a drummer, so I played drums in my school band, and my music teacher enrolled me in this drum competition. So I'm like in the 6th or 7th grade at a bar at a competition.
Wow.
Right. And then my high school, I attended a specialty high school, which specialized in arts from every form, whether it was dance,
I only wish we could add that. Wow, that's crazy.
And you know what is so funny, man? I wasn't known for being a guitarist. at Milwaukee Hustle of the Arts. I was known for being the drummer. I was a drummer, and sometimes I would play bass. I would play upright bass. But drums was my thing, and my influences on drums when I was studying jazz was Elvin Jones, Philly Joe Jones, and the king, Max Roach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 My God, man. Yeah.
I was in the mood my freshman and sophomore year. I dressed up whenever we had a recital. I wear a suit and a tie because Max Roach had a suit and a tie. I wanted to be that kind of drummer. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Wow, man. He still held the sticks, man. The way he held them sticks, man.
Traditional grip, man. Come on. My uncle Cortez talks about that. Buddy Rich was like, playing traditional grip that saves your hands.
Yeah.
He talked about people that played match grip.
Wow.
Man, our lines are blowing up, man. People want to know how can they get in touch with you? I mean, they, for bookings as well as send music to you.
Oh man, if they want to get a hold of me, DM me on Facebook. I'll send them directly to my manager. Her name is Chris Raymond. If you want Shonn Hinton to play guitar on your music, DM me. We can talk about pricing. I do it. I ain't that way, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Straight,
sir.
Straight.
Yes, sir. Y'all hearing it. Y'all hearing it
now. Yep.
Hit him up. Yes, sir. Man, Shonn, this has been a pleasure, man.
Bro.
We gotta thank Pastor Anthony Greer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking to Anthony not too long ago, and Anthony was like, "Man, if Uncle Enos was alive, I don't know if you'd be on the road." I honestly believe that I probably wouldn't. My grandfather was a guitarist as well.
Oh, wow.
For him to show me my first 3 chords, man, that was like another one. So you're not lying. He's like, I come from a family.
Man, a rich family. Good grief, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, man, big shout out. But we just thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Man, it was my pleasure. The only thing that's missing from this interview is Beef Peru. That's it.
The French fries, baby. The French fries.
Listen, I can't wait to get back to Rockford so I can give you some Beef Peru, man. For real.
Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. But Shonn, man, look, man, best wishes to you, man.
Yes, man. Proud of you, man. So proud of you, bro.
Thank
you. I'm telling you, your playing is amazing. If you all haven't checked him out, go to YouTube and check out Shonn Hinton.
And Shotgun,
and his band Shotgun. Check him out. You will be impressed.
Thank y'all so much. Please, and I know if y'all get a chance to check us out, you will definitely be impressed with what you're hearing because, especially with where music is today, and I ain't knocking it, but I know there are a lot of us out here that miss real music. You know what I'm saying?
Man, tell me about it. Yes, sir.
And you can sit and listen to Maze featuring Frankie Beverly and Earth, Wind and Fire. Rest assured that when you get a chance to listen to Shonn Hinton and Shotgun and his new album Reloaded, you will see that live music is alive and well. That's
it, bro. That's it.
Right. And Shonn, again, thank you so much. Settle, you got anything you want to add, man?
Hey, everything was great, man. We appreciate you, Shonn, man. We love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you.
Anytime y'all want me, man, hit me up. Y'all got my number. I'm down to clown.
Cool.
Hey, man,
all right, cool.
After the show. I gotta hit you up after the show, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you up. Hey, everybody, want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. I know you got something out of this one.
Yeah. You had to. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm inspired, man. You just inspired me some more, man. Just to keep grinding, bro.
Man, thank you, man. I'm glad that I'm able to be used in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, man. What I always tell somebody when I'm allowed to do something great, and I think about when God used the donkey that talked to Paul. I think it was Paul when he was Saul. Like, why do you torment me? And I always say when I'm allowed to do some good, I said, "Will God use an ass again today?"
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm ending right on that note, right
we there. We got to end right there.
love y'all. Thank y'all
Y'all.
for listening. Cedric,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
I'm out of here. Later.